My first job was in an art studio. What they used to do is get Walt Disney comics from America in line form, and we had to actually colour those in. That was my very first job. I loved doodling and drawing, and my dad, bless his soul, realised there was potential. And back then, this is living in Egypt, where I used to go to school, nearby was an old Italian painter, a master artist. And my dad took me there, and I was, one night a week, I'd stay after school and I'd paint. And I was only maybe 11, and I was painting nudes. Everybody else was more advanced, but I was the only 11-year-old there painting. And my master used to restore old paintings, master paintings, and he'd have huge canvases and he'd restore those. And so after that, we migrated to Australia, and then I went to the East Sydney Tech and did a course there, a 5-year course. And then I had also a teacher by the name of Graham Inson, who was Max Meldrum's pupil, and he taught tonal impressionism, which was totally different to how I used to paint. For instance, he'd set up the canvas and the subject matter next to each other, and then I'd walk back, and with a little gadget like this, like a window, I'd look at the subject, then look at my canvas and work out in my mind how to paint it. So I'd walk up to the canvas without looking at the subject matter and just do quick strokes. It was never an outline, never. It was just like painting a background So I walk back, look at the subject matter, go back to the canvas. And so gradually you're walking backwards and forwards, and finally the whole thing appears, which was brilliant. I just love that because it's totally different to what I was doing. In 2009, I entered the Mossman Art Prize and won first prize with Margaret Olley being the judge. And of course, she loved still life, and that's what my subject matter was, still life. After my winning entry, I met Margaret Olley again, maybe a year later, at the art gallery at a function. And I went up to her. She was in a wheelchair, and I went up to her and I said, "Oh, do you remember me?" And she said, "Yes, of course I do." And then we chatted for a little bit. Then Edmund Capon appeared from nowhere, and that was the last conversation I had with her. And then she died shortly afterwards. I guess it starts off with a trip. Yep. And for instance, Morocco, I took dozens and dozens of photographs, and then I come back and look at the photographs and decide which ones to use, and then that's where it starts. And I just continue with the theme of Morocco, for instance. Now I'm concentrating on a series on birds or pigeons. So most of my paintings have got either a pigeon sitting there or pigeons flying, or I don't know how it came about. I think I just started one day, decided there was a painting that needed something, so I just put a bird there, and it grew from there. So not all my paintings, but the ones since then, I've just put a bird here and a bird there, and the one I'm doing now is a flock of birds. Yep. And I'm thinking of titling that "The Birds Are Coming," which was the Hitchcock movie.